When you think of art, you think of paintings done on a canvas. But here's the thing. Sometimes, art transcends boundaries, and you can never imagine what form some of the most famous paintings can take. Today, we're looking at famous movie scenes that were inspired by paintings. And no, none of them were made out of coincidence. Directors meticulously studied these paintings and then replicated them within their films. In a way, they breathed life into a still image, making you wonder if this is what things would unfold if a painting could move. But the question remains, where does this inspiration come from? Number 1. The President, 1919. One of the most captivating scenes in this film is directly inspired by Whistler's Mother, painted by James McNeill Whistler. Carl Theodor Dreyer, the Danish film maestro, kicked off his career by adapting a novel titled Der Präsident by Karl Emil Franzos. It was commonly known that Dreyer would obsess over staging details, which soon became a trademark in all his films. He was always fully focused on the camera, patiently capturing scenes where actors and sets were strategically placed. He figured out a trick, using sets to mirror his characters' emotions, rather than solely relying on actors' performances. Perhaps where this scene takes root, the setup and actress Jacoba Jessen's pose are strikingly similar to the pose of the woman in Whistler's Mother. But this wasn't a coincidence. Dreyer was always vocal about loving Whistler, channeling the artist's calm intensity all throughout the movie. 2. Shutter Island, 2010. This film did some real justice to Klimt's masterpiece, The Kiss, created between 1908 and 1909. Teddy Daniels, the character played by Leonardo DiCaprio, is engulfed in an illusion, clutching his late wife, Dolores, played by Michelle Williams, in a scene that almost exactly replicates Klimt's lovers. Ochre tones light up the room as they passionately hold each other, and Dolores's detailed, flowery dress channels Emilia Flöge, the painter's partner back then. Whether on canvas or the silver screen, that grip carries an intense energy, a mix of firmness and turmoil, painting a picture of Scorsese's unease. Number 3. Melancholia, 2011. Lars von Trier's Melancholia isn't just any film. It's a film that has taken inspiration from art almost throughout. The movie's poster, a standout, mirrors Justine's plunge into deep melancholy and looming doomsday vibes. This scene, reminiscent of the Romantic era, taps into its obsession with melancholy and gloom. But it doesn't just stem out of nowhere. Way back in the day, painter John Everett Millais gave a similar feeling in Ophelia, which was painted between 1851 and 1852. Remember Ophelia from Hamlet? Floating peacefully in the water, surrounded by lilies. It's both serene and, well, a tad funeral-like. Just like Ophelia, Justine seems distant, making you wonder if she's even alive to begin with. 4. Dreams, 1990. In this Akira Kurosawa movie, there's a scene where Martin Scorsese, mastering a Queen's accent, steps into the shoes of Vincent van Gogh, the Dutch painter. An aspiring artist's daydream leads him to Van Gogh in a wheat field, sketching away at his easel. Van Gogh talks about his ear, driven to paint before the daylight fades. Now, here's the kicker. Kurosawa, 80 at the time, cleverly hinted at his own artistic drive through this scene. He even made 2 more films later on. The dreamer then strolls through other Van Gogh paintings, before ending up back in the wheat field, where a bunch of cows scatter into the clear blue sky. This is where the scene almost looks exactly like Van Gogh's Wheat Field with Crows. Painted in 1890, and it's safe to say that it's one of the most accurate depictions of an art piece ever done through film. 5. Pennies from Heaven, 1983. One of Edward Hopper's most mind-blowing art pieces is Nighthawks, which was created in 1942. In fact, it was so good that nobody wanted it to remain confined to a canvas. In Pennies from Heaven, directed by Herbert Ross, that masterpiece is recreated in the most stunning way possible. Every little detail is translated into the scene. almost like the whole group from Nighthawks, steps into a scene supposedly set in Chicago. You've got it all: the eerie vibe, the waiter, the two guys resting, the daydreaming girl, and even those coffee makers. It's like a mirror image taking you into a diner that feels like a massive fish tank. One might think that these directors have copy-pasted the work of renowned painters into their films. But it's almost impossible to replicate something as well as these movie scenes have done. In many ways, these scenes are tributes to the actual paintings. Plus, what better way to connect with a fellow art lover than to reference a well-known art piece? It gets the conversations going. And with this, we've come to the end of this video. We're signing off for today, hoping this video brought something new for you. Before you leave, comment to tell us what you thought of the painting while subscribing to our channel. And roll the key to hit the bell icon to get notified from us for the upcoming videos. See you all next time.